What's going on, guys? It's Michael MGF, and today I'm going to be doing my first 2015 analysis video on the new LEGO Speed Champion Justice League sets, and these sets were just revealed a couple days ago. Let me just be clear that this is only going to be 4 out of the 5 new Justice League sets, and by the way, they are now just being straight up called Justice League sets with a Justice League logo and a Justice League graphic on the packaging. But yeah, so we're going to be missing out on the Brainiac attack. That set is coming out as well with this lineup, but it was not revealed with this wave of photos, these low-res photos if I might add, so there's not going to be any zooming in this analysis video because the photos are really just not good enough for that, I don't think, or maybe I will. We'll see after I edit this video. But yeah, so we're going to be missing out on that set, and that set will include obviously Brainiac for the first time, Martian Manhunter outside of his exclusivity, and then also the first release of Supergirl and then Superman. So that's going to be an awesome set. Unfortunately not included in this analysis video, but by the way, if you'd like to stick around to the end of this analysis video, I'm going to talk about where I've been and why I haven't been posting videos as consistently as I usually just was actually, and straight up reason for that is just because I've actually been pretty low on things to do videos on, but I am working on a ton of stuff at all times, and that's why I have a bunch of social media stuff for you guys to check out. But that's not the point for right now. It will be at the end of this video, so you can check that out then, but let's get started. Alright, and for the first set, we have Gorilla Grodd Goes Bananas, and easily what is the most exciting part about this lineup of sets for me are the minifigures. I mean, I'm a minifigure based channel, and this is why I'm most excited for these sets, because LEGO they're debuting a wide variety of characters that we've all been waiting for a long time from the DC universe. And in this set alone, we are already getting the brand new Batman with the brand new cowl and torso, the brand new New 52 Wonder Woman, Captain Cold, and Gorilla Grodd himself, all in one set. Now that is pretty awesome, and obviously Flash of course is included as well, so that is really exciting, but nowhere near as exciting as the freaking civilian who looks like Handy Manny, because that is easily the best part about this set. I mean, who cares about the rest? We get a civilian, and that is awesome. He's got a new hairpiece and a printed face, and that outbeats everything else. I mean, but in this set, we do get a new mech for Batman, which is super awesome, and he is clearly on the top of that thing, and it has a couple of the new blasters that were introduced at the start of this year on its forearm, so that's pretty cool. And you also have a net that looks like it can be launched from that as well. And one of the new things that LEGO is introducing with these sets, it appears to be what they're calling a super jumper, and all it really looks like is, I mean, it's hard to tell. It looks like a new piece, but then again, not really. But if it is a new piece, it looks like it'll be some form of effective playability feature. You know, it's slightly stupid, kind of like the new blasters and kind of like spring-loaded shooters. It's a little bit weird, but it still looks like it'll be a very effective playability feature, so I'm not going to argue with that. It looks like it'll be pretty cool. And but yeah, that new Batman cowl, this new Batman cowl, we've all seen it with the LEGO Batman 3 promotional artwork and all the footage that has been shown of that game so far, and this is obviously using that new cowl without the chin strap on the bottom of the cowl, which is really awesome to see. It's an entirely new Batman cowl, an entirely new reinvention of it, and it is actually really close to the new Ben Affleck Batman cowl, so this cowl might even be used for those sets in 2016, but it's a great new mold, and I definitely like the look of it, especially the new torso being used on this Batman, and I'd say it's easily one of the most detailed Batman torsos we've received so far, and I love the shading that went into the design as well. And in this set, as I already mentioned, we do get the new 52 Wonder Woman, which was also going to be shown in the LEGO Batman 3 video game as well, and Beyond Gotham, so it's great to see this minifigure carried over from that into this set, and she looks great with the new printed torso, the new printed tiara, and the leg printing as well, so that looks awesome. And not to mention the first ever Captain Cold, which is really awesome, and I'm really excited to see him on the new Flash CW show. That's going to be pretty cool. If you guys haven't heard about that, Captain Cold will be in that show, and it's cool to see the comic version of him in this set, and the torso printing looks awesome. The gun looks pretty cool, and not to mention the hood, which is pretty cool to see as well. Not a new hood, but still nice to see molded in that color, along with the printed face, which does look spot on. And we've also got Gorilla Grodd himself, and Gorilla Grodd, I mean, it looks really awesome. Obviously, he's a big fig, and he has a pretty decent amount of printing on his face, on his chest, and he's got toes, so that's pretty cool. Not exactly the most complex big fig LEGO has ever attempted, but still really cool to see him represented in such a way, because, I mean, this minifigure, this big fig, I should say, is a great representation of Gorilla Grodd, and I'm looking forward to it. Not to mention the other two vehicles included with this set, such as what looks to be a little turd car carrying bananas, and that's why Gorilla Grodd, that's what Gorilla Grodd is after, and so that's kind of interesting. I mean, not the most exciting part about this set, it has opening doors, man. You can put the freaking Handy Manny figure in there, so that's exciting, I guess. But you've also got the debut of Wonder Woman's invisible jet, the very underwhelming version of her invisible jet. I mean, maybe it's like a subpar version, it's not the actual one, I don't know, but if that's the invisible jet we're getting, that's kind of disappointing, because I don't know, maybe an actual separate invisible jet set would have been cooler, I don't know, but the invisible jet, while it is pretty cool to have in this set, looks kind of underwhelming. It does have the new spring-loaded shooters on both wings, so that's cool to see, and the jet, using the blue flame piece on the back. But I mean, other than that, I should mention that Batman's mech this time around obviously has a lot of detail and a lot of articulation. I mean, you look at this thing and it looks just about as articulated as the Sentinel from the X-Men set that we received this year. It's got articulation in the elbows, in the shoulders, it's got articulation on the wrists, you can move all the individual fingers on the left arm, it has articulation at the thighs and on its feet, so I mean, it looks like it's going to be pretty poseable, and this set is great for playability, and that's definitely one of the #1 things I'm looking forward to about this set. Not the playability, but the minifigures. And I do want to mention that while it is great to get Captain Cold in this set, no! Clock! You have to forgive the clock in the background, but yeah. One thing I do want to mention about Captain Cold is I really do kind of wish that you know, Professor Zoom was in this set, because Professor Zoom is more of an iconic villain to the Flash, and it would have been nice to finally see him in a set. But I mean, obviously Captain Cold's an iconic villain to the Flash as well, so it's great to see Captain Cold. I just really would have preferred, you know, to see the debut of Professor Zoom, maybe in the next set in 2016. I don't know, but yeah, man, that's it for Gorilla Grodd Goes Bananas. And for our second set, we have easily the one that I am most excited for out of these four, and this is the Darkseid Invasion, and this set has the debut of Darkseid himself, Cyborg, Hawkman, and Green Arrow. So right there, that's 4 new minifigures, and then the standard Superman, of course, and so this is super awesome, and not to mention the debut of all these awesome minifigures, but we're also getting the Javelin for the first time, which is really awesome. And so right off the bat, I want to talk about Cyborg, because Cyborg is a minifigure that I have been looking forward to for a long time, and Cyborg, I love the newly molded helmet. It looks just like what we would expect the Cyborg minifigure to look like. It is unfortunately not the Teen Titans version that we saw in that one comic that was included with the Tumblr. If any of you guys got the Tumblr during its VIP period, then you would have seen that, and it was also in my review, but they had like a Teen Titans version of Cyborg, which would have been really awesome to see in LEGO, but we all expected that if LEGO did make a Cyborg, it was gonna look like this, and it is still great to see. One thing that does look a little bit off to me, and this is not a big problem, it's just that the torso is black, and LEGO has always shown us Cyborg minifigures, you know, obviously it's not, you know, like in the video games, so they've shown us Cyborg minifigures with a gray torso, which looks better, and I'm not as fond of the black torso. It doesn't ruin the minifigure by any means, it's just I think a gray color for the torso, like the legs, would have been a little bit more fitting. But once again, I'm just really happy to finally see Cyborg, and so that's really awesome. Not to mention Hawkman. Holy crap, Hawkman is going to have not only his new helmet, but 2 variations of wings. Now, in the photo of the actual set, the official photo, this seems to be a recurring thing with these photos, is that part of them are unfinished. Like, if you looked at the previous photo, I know I didn't address it, but Gorilla Grodd in the actual photo with the white background was missing all the printing, but then on the box art, it was all there. Similar in this case, where you have Hawkman, his wings, and the alternative version of the wings that are placed, you know, obviously in front of the minifigure minifigure, they're white, and they're not actually golden, or I mean generally they look unfinished. So but then you go back to the box art and they're all finished, and then they all look, it's all there. So I mean, don't know what's going on with that in terms of the box and then transitioning to the actual product photo. There's clearly something going on there, but I mean, it's still nice to see what the final version will be by looking at the box art. And by looking at the box art, the helmet, the two versions of the wings we're going to get, you can see the alternative version of the wings finished in the bottom right corner with the rest of the minifigures. This all looks awesome. The torso looks awesome. The legs look awesome. That's Hawkman, and I can't wait for it. And then Darkseid. I seriously hope by the end of this DC cinematic universe that Warner Bros. Is developing, that Darkseid, sort of like Thanos, will be the main villain that they'll be going up against, because Darkseid is awesome, and Darkseid is represented in a great way by the LEGO Group here. Obviously a big fig, and one thing I do have a gripe about Darkseid, and this is honestly stupid and really not overly relevant, is that I do wish he was in a dark blue color, but other than that, the design is great, the face is great, and everything about it is awesome, man. I am really happy to finally get a Darkseid minifigure, and LEGO did a great job with it. And then Mr. Queen, there he is, obviously in the Javelin in the box art photo, but if we look at the product photo, you can see that he actually has a blonde hairpiece and the same hood that was used on Wild Style, but molded in dark green. Now, some people say this is basically the exact same Green Arrow from Comic-Con, the San Diego Comic-Con 20 whatever, and it's not. You look at the torso and the face, and there are significant differences, so it looks pretty similar, but it really isn't. And so obviously I don't know why LEGO decided to go with the blonde hair. And I mean, in the comics, you know, Oliver can be seen, you know, without his hood quite often, or his hood down like this, so it's understandable. And it's not because it's better to have him with his hood over him. It just looks more, I don't know, it's better to have him have his hood on. But if you have a dark green hood lying around, it's a very easy fix. So yeah, he's got his green bow, a nicely designed head. Obviously it'll more than likely be double-sided, and the torso looks great as well. So awesome to have Cyborg, Hawkman, Green Arrow, and Darkseid all debuting in this set. So that's awesome. The Javelin looks cool. It's got an opening cockpit, a few stickers here and there. Great. It's just a great design overall. We can't really see what the majority of the features will be, other than you can see the minifigure inside. We can see, however, that there will be flick fire missiles, which isn't overly exciting, and it's kind of expected. But in this set, like I already mentioned, the Super Jumper piece, we will be getting one of those for Superman, or any of the minifigures for that matter. So it'll be cool to see that in this set as well. And then the vehicle that Darkseid is on is sort of like it's like a hovercraft in some sense. It's pretty awesome. It has you can obviously have a little firing, I forget what LEGO calls those, but the little launches that fire the balls. So I mean, it's pretty cool. Obviously a pretty effective playability feature, so it's nice to see that on Darkseid's vehicles. So, you know, because obviously that would overpower your minifigures, and it's better than a spring-loaded shooter or flick fire missile, so giving the big baddie a big gun is kind of nice. But other than that, that is pretty much it for the Darkseid Invasion. Easily the set I'm looking forward to most, because this looks freaking awesome, and I cannot wait for this set. And yeah, man, it's happening. Darkseid, Cyborg, Hawkman, and Green Arrow all in one set. That's awesome. For the third set, we have the Black Manta Deep Sea Strike, and this set obviously featuring the debut of Black Manta himself, which is an awesome looking minifigure, and especially to finally see it in LEGO form. The sculpt looks great, especially the tubes on the back of it. It's just an awesome looking minifigure all around, and the printing definitely complements that. And yeah, the other three minifigures included with this set, we have the new Batman variation, and we also have Aquaman, who we've seen before. Nothing new with Aquaman, but we do get a new version of Robin in scuba gear as well, which is pretty cool. And the entire premise of this set, based on the looks of it, is I guess Black Manta has stolen both Aquaman's trident and captured Robin, so that is basically what the premise of the set is. And you have Batman and Aquaman obviously making an effort to get those two things back. And it looks like a pretty cool set. The vehicles aren't all that exciting. Batman's submarine doesn't really look like anything we haven't already seen before, but it is still effective for what this set is meant to be. And in this set, we do have what looks like a couple of playability features. I can't really make out any more than what we can see in these photos, and those being a couple of flick fire missiles on Batman's submarine, and a couple of the new blasters on Black Manta's underwater vehicle. So it definitely looks pretty cool. We have a nice wide variety of stickers colors as well, and I do love the color and the tubing going on with Black Manta's vehicle. It's pretty awesome, not to mention the mechanical robot that he has, and obviously that doesn't have any playability features other than the obviously the shark's mouth can open. We've all seen that, you know, the shark before, but it's still a nice addition to the set, and I mean, it doesn't look like it has any playability features, but hopefully there isn't something hidden about these photos that I'm totally missing here. But yeah, and then we also have the underwater structure where you know, Black Manta is holding both Aquaman's trident and Robin, so it looks like a pretty awesome set. It's not as exciting as the others, but still a nice addition to the lineup. For the final set, which is unfortunately not the Brainiac attack, we've got the Green Lantern versus Sinestro set that was already shown at San Diego Comic-Con this year, so the majority of you have probably already seen it, but I have yet to include it in an analysis video, so I am going to talk about it anyway. And in this set, we have the debut of both Green Lantern and Sinestro, which is super exciting because Green Lantern has been such a long overdue minifigure over the years. It's like, damn, LEGO is just now getting around to this, and especially after he had a pretty decent role in the LEGO movie, it's like this is just now happening. It's kind of sad, but still really awesome for it to finally happen. And in this set, on top of Green Lantern and Sinestro, we are also going to be getting Batman outfitted with some space gear, and it's pretty sweet because not only do you get some pretty sweet wings with some pretty substantial printing, either that's printing or it's a sticker. If it's a sticker, it's kind of disappointing, but if it's printing from the LEGO group, then bravo to them. And we also, of course, get a cape with Batman as well, all of which looks super detailed, and that is either a cape or I am just completely mistaken, but it does look pretty awesome, whatever it is. And you can also tell that with Sinestro, we get a brand new accessory. I have personally never seen that accessory before, but it does look pretty awesome. And speaking of the minifigures, let's just go over these minifigures with Green Lantern. We've got a double-sided face right off the bat, his first face being a little bit more stern, and then his alternative facial expression being obviously more preppy, and his entire outfit is really cool, and it is actually, I think it's slightly based off the New 52 outfit, if I'm not mistaken. I probably sound like a total jerk if I'm mistaken, but yeah, the premise of this set is basically you have Green Lantern in a jet, and he's trying to, I guess, get back his Green Lantern core, which is obviously, it's sort of like his power source rather than a core, but yeah, so the way this set works is you hit the Sinestro Corps logo, and then out comes the Green Lantern. So, I mean, or I shouldn't say Green Lantern, but probably just Lantern would probably be more appropriate. And yes, you hit the Sinestro Corps logo, and then out comes the Lantern. And it's basically like a containment tube they've got going on with that. And the actual, you know, jet that the Green Lantern is in, you can see we've got the new blasters on it, along with a couple of spring-loaded shooters, a pretty sweet logo on the front, which is obviously going to be a sticker, but still really awesome. And I absolutely love the use of transparent green pieces with the Green Lantern set here, because it's a great looking vehicle. Like, it looks like something that the Green Lantern, you know, he pictured with his ring and just hopped into. It looks like it. It's pretty awesome, man, to say the least. There's not a whole lot to talk about with this set other than the minifigures, because the actual set itself, while the jet, don't get me wrong, is super cool, it is obviously a little underwhelming. We're all here for the minifigures, I hate to say it, but yeah. So that's pretty much it, man. Green Lantern finally happening, and we've also got Sinestro. So this is pretty cool, and obviously, you know, Batman being in his space gear. This is the Batman that we saw in the announcement trailer for LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. So this set is coming straight out of the game, like the majority of these sets. So it's pretty awesome, and I'm definitely looking forward to this lineup. And let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do a separate analysis on the Brainiac attack once LEGO releases photos of that, because, you know, instead of having like just full-on analysis videos where I have all the sets in one video, it's kind of started with the Minecraft sets, how now I'm sort of like, these are kind of broken up because LEGO, they don't reveal these photos, you know, all at once anymore. They're revealing like parts of their lineup rather than the full thing. So let me know in the comments, but yeah, so let's go ahead and wrap up my first 2015 analysis video. Alright guys, and before I head off from this analysis video, I do want to mention that LEGO did actually provide us with some price points. Now, maybe not LEGO officially, but we have price points for once in an analysis video. I actually have price points to give you guys, but I did not realize this until just after I recorded the Gorilla Grodd Goes Bananas clip, and then I figured I'd just save them for the end of the video. And yeah, so the Gorilla Grodd Goes Bananas set will be $39.99, which is reasonable, but then we have the Darkseid Invasion, which will be a whopping $59.99 for that, which I'm just kind of like, whoa man, that's a little bit pricey. And then we've got the Black Manta Deep Sea Strike, which will be going for, once again, $39.99, just like the Gorilla Grodd Goes Bananas set. And then finally, Green Lantern vs. Sinestro, we've all known, will be $19.99. The cheapest of all, it's $19.99. This is not going to be this is going to be a rough hit for your wallets, but they look pretty awesome. I mean, Darkseid Invasion being $59.99, we get some pretty sweet minifigures in that, don't get me wrong, and the Javelin looks great, but I mean, holy crap. But yeah, so those are the price points for these 4 sets, and obviously that does not include the Brainiac Attack, but the Brainiac Attack is estimated and people are predicting that it's going to be $19.99, so we haven't seen it yet, but we do have the price point for that, so Brainiac Attack will also be $19.99, so we'll see on that one if that's actually true. But yeah, so if you enjoyed this analysis video or found it informative, be sure to let me know by dropping this video a like below and or your opinion in the comments, as it definitely goes a long way when I am rushing to have things to do videos on, and that only happens though when I end up running out of sets to review and analysis videos to do, and I don't have any minifigures finished to showcase. So that's when your support definitely means a lot to me, and definitely goes a long way, like I said. And you can also follow me on the Twitter and the book face. Could not stress this enough, that it is so much easier to post a photo than it is to fully record and edit a video like this. So that's where you have been seeing a lot more action going on. I've been posting a lot more frequently on there when I don't have a lot to bring to my YouTube channel and I'm at, points like this. So yeah, what's been going on basically, like I pretty much already mentioned, is I ran out of analysis videos to do up until today. I ran out of sets to review, and I showcased all the minifigures that I already had finished. So now, however, I just wrapped up Arno from Assassin's Creed Unity, so most likely, unless something else comes up, I will be doing that next, and then after that, I will once again be hitting a dead zone. So I'm always making this up as I go along, but I'm always making stuff. So I'm always working on minifigures, especially right now, working on figures for the Halo Master Chief collection. I have a Master Chief, Arbiter, Miranda Keys, and Sergeant Johnson that I'm doing for that, and then like I said, I just finished Arno from Assassin's Creed Unity, and then I'm also doing some Achievement Hunter micro mobs, which will be coming out, I assume, within the next 2 or 3 weeks, depending on when I get the parts in to paint those. I actually already started on the first one. I posted that on Twitter as well, and that's basically what I've been doing. I've just been working on stuff and just hoping that I will have something to show you guys within a reasonable time frame, and that's basically what's been going on. So I just want to talk to you guys about that if you want to know what the heck is going on with me and why this video has come out 2 weeks separate from the last, or there was a 2-week gap in between this video and the last. So yeah guys, that is it for my first 2015 analysis video, and I'm looking forward to kicking off this year with these sets and the new Star Wars sets. So we'll see how much I can review though, because if you guys don't know, my family and I have been going through a pretty crappy situation since January, and no possible confirmation that that's going to subside and that I'll be able to review all these sets, but you guys know I'll do my best, and I think I'll leave it off at that. I'll catch you guys later. Alright. Bye! Which will include Supergirl, Martian Manhunter, Bride. I was close, okay? Is that they have the debut of many iconic. The hell is that noise? I hit the record button and a freaking bird starts chirping. That's